Yes. Yes. Yes.
You can look at it still. They didn't want to say it, but they just didn't know what to expect. Right. Yeah, that was well, we're coming in that long back. How I knew.
Hey, John Wesley, FaceTime your mom so that she can be here.
Oh, gee, that's terrible.
Oh, look at that dust.
Where's your phone? Behind you.
Oh, you want my iPad?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Well, I don't know how to do that, babe. All right. Let's see. There's Facebook.
Who's in the black?
Now tell me what to do.
And they're not all here. No, they were gone. They're in Wilmington. Not all of them.
What, honey?
Gonna get that uniform dirty.
Oh, boy.
Look at that, like, sure.
Okay, you want me to do this and you... The Leslie?
Woo! I don't know if I did it. I've never done it. I did it? So she has to answer?
Oh, well, I can change that, can't I? And?
Maybe you should just use your phone. Would her phone be easier?
Oh, sorry. Can I
Here.
the setting so that I'm on my data?
I don't know. Just maybe do it from your phone.
Okay. Well, I don't know how to do it at all. Do we see our fella? See, I only have 44% of stuff left.
Oh, these are the real guys that started. Oh, these. No, this is
Okay.
this is Alpha. Probably the third. It's in alphabetical.
Sorry, that's okay. That was good. One tall person with another tall person.
See the guy in Bravo on the corner?
Yes.
Directly right there. I know. Are they small? Are they responding? My son's just glad I'm not the only one.
Oh, I see him. There he is. You see him?
It's like a child.
You don't?
I see him.
He's about fourth row back. Fifth row back.
Oh, I see.
Go ahead. No.
Maybe a scheme exits. You can barely see it.
I see him. I wish I could get closer. Get closer.
I kind of feel like he's smiling at us or smirking, isn't he? Doesn't it seem like that? Oh, my butt is so wet.
It's like, okay. I just want you to know what my questions are. It keeps focusing on this other guy, and I don't want it to. It looks a little skinny for Nick, but I don't know.
What? I think so too.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Lieutenant General John Rosa, President of the Citadel, the Washington Light Infantry, and the South Carolina Corps of Cadets, we welcome you to the annual oath renewal on the Citadel Green. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. During the playing of the national anthem, guests are reminded that it is appropriate to raise rank and tone, and to remove headgear and place your right hand over your heart. Our guests are also invited to join in singing the anthem. Please be seated. It is important to remember and understand the significance of this place and its history. In 1823, the South Carolina legislature passed an act to establish a protective force in Charleston. It was to occupy a building previously used for tobacco inspection. This militia force became the Washington Light Infantry, or WLI, and the building became the Citadel. The structure to our rear is the original site, and the square on which we are standing is known as the Citadel Green. Several years later, Governor J.P. Richardson presented a convincing argument for combining the military duties of the militia of the Citadel with a system of education for the poor but deserving boys of the state. On December 20, 1842, with the support of the Washington Light Infantry, the legislature passed a law establishing the South Carolina Corps of Cadets. A few months later, in March of 1843, 20 members of the class of 1846 reported to begin the new educational movement of the Citadel, thus relieving the Washington Light Infantry of its guard-duty season. There is no doubt that the spirits of many of them still linger in this their special place. Standing before you today, some 171 years later, in the shadow of the old Citadel, and in the presence of current members of the Washington Light Infantry, are the 636 members of the Citadel class of 2017. Words used to describe the success of the class of 1846 upon completion of their first year are certainly applicable to the class of 2017. Inside their military training, they have learned and embraced the simple life and accepted their responsibilities, letting them as world-class cadets. For family and friends, it is difficult to realize the fact that such a change has taken place in the appearance and conduct of these young people. who less than 10 months ago committed themselves to being members of the Corps. So it is today, Recognition Day, that these nods become true members of the Corps, and it is here where it all began that they renew their oath as part of the South Carolina Corps of Cadets. Please give your attention to Cadet Colonel Colin Hicks, the 2014 Regimental Commander.
Class 2017, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Hereby engaged to serve as a cadet at the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. Until graduation, or until I shall be discharged by proper authority. I promise to support loyally the constituted authorities thereof, as long as I remain a member of the Corps of Cadets. I further promise that I will never bring discredit on the Citadel or the South Carolina Corps of Cadets. Hands down. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Jason Simmons, Citadel, class of 2000, share with you his thoughts on the meaning of Recognition Day.
I'd like to start by saying thank you to Lieutenant Colonel Barton and the administration at the Citadel for allowing me to speak today. It is a great honor to be able to address the South Carolina Corps of Cadets. I've prepared a few words for the class of 2017 today, but before I get to that, I'd like to recognize the guests that are with us here today. Your parents, your family, and your loved ones. When you finish this day, I hope the first thing you do is give these special people in your life a hug. Look them in the eye and say thank you. Trust me, they said a lot of prayers on your behalf this year. You will never repay them, but thank you. Because I promise they were with you on this journey every step of the way. Young men and women of the class of 2017, I would like to congratulate you on completing your 9th year. Having been through the system myself, I know this is a day that you have dreamed about for a long time. While it marks an important transition today, I hope it is an even more important transition point of your life. You are no longer seen as a follower, but a leader. At the conclusion of today's gauntlet, I witnessed an exchange that took place in my old barracks, 3rd Battalion, my company values. Two exhausted and elated members of the class of 2017 were embracing one another, shouting, "It's over! We did it!" And while I have been there, and I'm totally guilty, I have the unfortunate duty to inform you it's not over. In fact, it was just a beginning. You probably set a goal at the beginning of the year to make it to Recognition Day. And while it was a goal, you did not get it. You did not come to the Citadel simply to complete 9th year. Likewise, you did not come to the Citadel simply to learn how to follow, but to lead, to stand out, to be different. And as difficult as 9th year was, the next 3 years of your cadet career will be just as difficult, if not more. It only makes sense. More is expected of a leader. You may wonder how things could be more difficult than they were this year. Allow me to explain. You just completed a year of your life where you have had very few choices to make. Few forks in the road, almost no gray area. You have been under constant supervision in the barracks, in the classroom, and in the mess hall. Your every move and every action has been even how to chew your food. You may not have noticed while you were walking in the dark, but everybody has had their eyes on you. Always happy to give you a little advice. When in 3 weeks or so, you will depart the civil or summer leave, and you will leave behind you in the Constitution and the straight and narrow path that has been laid out for you. You will be back into the outside in a world full of choices, with no one looking over your shoulder. Who will you be when no one is watching? This summer, when you are far away from the jurisdiction of the honor code, will you keep your word? This summer, when no one is telling you what to eat and when to exercise, will you stay in shape? When there are no white-gloved cadre watching, will you treat others with respect? Who will you be when no one is watching? This summer, when your friend has had too much to drink and wants to drive home, will you step up and take the keys? Or will you watch him drive away? When you see a stranger that needs help, will you lend a hand? Or will you say, I'm too busy? Who will you be when no one is watching? You know, in simple terms, the word integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Integrity is an absolutely essential part of leadership. You see, simply following orders while everyone is watching is easy. Anyone can do it. But leading by example is difficult. Only a select few choose to do it. It takes integrity. Now, integrity doesn't come standard with the cost of room and board at the center. It can't be bought. You don't get into with your diploma when you walk across the stage at graduation. It can't be given. Your honor and integrity are the only gifts in life that only you can give yourself, and only you can take them away. But it's a daily choice. Like any other trait, it has to become a habit. Now, integrity is one of these idealistic words we use at the civil, along with honor and duty and many others. They are heavy, meaningful words, but sometimes I wonder if we use them so often and carelessly that we lose the true meaning behind them. Now, I tend to take a more engineering view of the word integrity. It's the ability to withstand outside pressure and influences, uncompromised, intact. You might hear the word integrity on the news during a natural disaster. We've all heard, during the earthquake, the building maintained its integrity. It was built on a strong foundation. Or maybe the hurricane winds were strong, but the bridge maintained its integrity. It had good bones. Your ability to withstand pressure and influences while remaining true to your beliefs will define not only who you are, but how others view you. And not just this summer, but for the rest of your life. The values you hold near you will serve you well after your days at the civil are complete, from the battlefield to the border. And just like those bridges and buildings I mentioned earlier that maintain their integrity, you too will have to withstand the storms that blow in and out of your life. And trust me, storms will come. Maybe it's that can't-miss investment that tanks and drains your family's savings in an instant. Or maybe it's the day that routine control turns into an ambush and your unit is pinned down under fire. Perhaps it's the disease that comes out of nowhere and takes a parent way too soon. But heaven forbid, the day your girlfriend runs off with you and I. It's difficult times like these when your friends and family, your troops, your co-workers, they will look to you for leadership. And I want you to know you are capable of being that leader. You have it in you. How do I know? Because you've been built on a strong foundation. You've got good bones. You've been making the tough choices while no one has been watching for a long time. It's how you got it.
case you haven't noticed, this isn't exactly the normal college experience. But you made the choice to take the road less traveled, and it will make all the difference. In case you don't believe me, listen to this. In January of 1982, Florida Air Flight 90 crashed into the icy waters of the Potomac River outside Washington, D.C. 84 passengers were on board, only 5 survived. The wreckage of the plane, coupled with the ice in the river, prevented normal rescue efforts from the land. As hope began to fade and hypothermia began to set in, a U.S. Park Service helicopter hovered overhead and dropped a short, makeshift line to the surviving passengers in the water. According to one of the 5 survivors, one passenger, a 46-year-old baby, continued to help others reach the rescue of the water, repeatedly passing the lines to others instead of using it to save himself. When the other 5 passengers were safely ashore, the helicopter made its final approach to save the man that had saved all the others. He was no longer there. Hypothermia had set in, and he slipped beneath the water. A hero died that day. The man that passed the rope was Marion Square, used the silver driver, class of 1957. After the crash, ABC News interviewed his old high school girlfriend. When asked how he decided to attend the Citadel, she said he knew he wanted to be there. His only concern in going to the Citadel was the mandatory swim test. You see, Marlon D. Williams, the man in the icy water who passed the lifeline to others instead of saving himself, was terrified of water. What causes a man thrust into a sudden crisis to be that person in the face of chaos and a plane crash that others look to for leadership? I would say Arlen D. Williams had a lifelong habit of doing the right things when no one was looking. You see, no one told Arlen Williams what to do that day. He just did. Our world is in desperate need of principled leaders. We need people who can withstand the storm, face the adversity, and make the tough choices. Not just for the TV cameras or the photo op or for the promotion, but because it's the right thing to do. But it's going to take a special kind of person. Maybe that person is you. So I must ask you again, who are you going to be when no one is watching? Thank you, and God bless you, the Citadel, and the South Carolina.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Citadel alma mater. Please be seated. At this time, the 2014 commanders delegate control of their units for the remainder of this ceremony to the rising commanders. The 2015 regimental commander, along with the old guard commander, are reporting to the commander of the Washington Light Infantry. Major General Henry Seaman for these final instructions. Remember always the history of this special place. Take serious those challenges of leadership offered to you as a member of the Corps of Cadets. And in the words of your retiring regimental commander, remember the journey does not stop here. In fact, it is just beginning. The class of 2017 is dismissed. Old Guard, escort the class of 2017 back to the greater city.
They did it earlier. You heard it. You were here. You might not have realized that's what they were doing. Yeah.
At this time, the class of 2017, led by the Old Guard and the rising commanders, will offer a passing review for the Washington Light Infantry and our honored guests. Joining General Seaman as part of the reviewing party are members of the WLI who have joined us today. We ask that when the national colors pass by your position, that you render appropriate honors. The South Carolina Corps of Cadets would like to thank the Washington Light Infantry, the city of Charleston, and all our special guests for your enthusiastic support on this most special day.
Are you serious? Delete picture. Yeah. No, they're marching out. I just figured, since I'm actually in a good spot, I'm just going to get everybody walking out.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What a year.
ridiculous when I saw him in the flight. What a year.